Welcome into Steelers Talk. I'm your host, Jack Sperry, and today we've got some Steelers news and rumors we got to cover here, especially around the free agency market. There is a new report that the Pittsburgh Steelers are interested in signing a Nick Chubb in NFL free agency this year. Does that make sense? Is that a good idea? I'll answer those questions at the top of today's show. And then a big-name cornerback looks like he's going to be hitting the open market. I'll let you guys know who that big name is and why it could make sense for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And then Louis Riddick from ESPN says that the Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers, quote-unquote, need each other here in 2025. I'll let you guys know what Riddick had to say at the end of today's show, so make sure you guys stick around. But before we get into the content, we are currently the largest individually run Steelers news channel anywhere here on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for all of the support that you've given to us here over the last 3 years that we have had this channel. We are now over 76,000 subscribers here on Steelers Talk. We are growing every single day thanks to your guys' support. And this offseason is going to be huge for the Pittsburgh Steelers. They're going to be making some big moves at quarterback. They're going to have a lot of cap space. I think Omar Khan's going to be very aggressive getting veteran players via trade as well. We got weekly live shows on this channel every Monday and Thursday, so you can talk Steelers with some other Steelers fans here on the internet. And then it's all 100% free, guys. We got daily videos. It's all free. It's all premium. It's all great stuff. So make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already. So let's start with the report here from Andrew Filippone. Says our Steelers insider says on The Fan that the Steelers are very much interested, that's a quote, in signing Browns running back Nick Chubb in free agency, provided the medical on Chubb went well. So unfortunately, I could actually see this happen for the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, if you guys been watching the show, you know I want to draft a running back. I think it's too good of a running back class to pass up on this entire class at running back. I think they should bring back the restricted free agent Jaylen Warren, and I think they should pair Warren with somebody in the NFL draft this year because it's a generational class at that position. But I could see Nick Chubb being an option for the Pittsburgh Steelers because Mike Tomlin's respect for Mr. Chubb has certainly been well documented. He likes his running style. The type of run offense that the Browns ran there in Cleveland is very similar to what Arthur Smith is trying to establish here with the Pittsburgh Steelers. So stylistically, it is a fit for the Pittsburgh Steelers. There's no doubt about that. But I really do think that the problem for me, guys, is that, Chubb looked cooked last year. I mean, plain and simply. I mean, he was just not the same player that he used to be. And before the injuries that he has had, last year, just 3 touchdowns. He averaged just 3.3 yards per carry. And you look at the numbers before that, before the big injury in 2023, like it was over 5 yards a carry. So he went from being one of the most productive running backs in the National Football League to one of the least productive and least efficient running backs in the league. He only played in 8 total games last year and just got over 100 carries. So, Nick Chubb is certainly somebody that is looking to bounce back. Coming off that knee injury that he came back from last year. He's got another offseason to prepare himself for yet another NFL campaign. But with the NFL draft class being this good at the running back position, I just don't know how the Steelers can possibly think that they're going to spend a relatively large contract to Nick Chubb or any other free agent running back, and that includes Najee Harris. I think that, you bring back Jaylen Warren on the qualifying offer or whatever the price tag is going to be there. It's going to be around $5 million to bring back Jaylen. And then you go out in the draft and you draft somebody that's got fresh legs and has a cheaper contract than either Nick Chubb or Najee Harris if you get one of those guys in free agency. But let me know what you guys think down there in the comment section. Would you be okay with bringing in Nick Chubb to be this team's number 1 running back? Give me a yes or a no down there in the comment section. This will be the pinned comment on today's show. So in just a second here, I'm going to tell you about our friends at Public Rec. And while I'm talking about our sponsor today, go find that pinned comment at the top of the comment section and give me a yes or a no. And with that, let's have a word from our sponsor here at Public Rec. And let's be real for a minute here, guys. Nobody's got time for stiff, uncomfortable clothes anymore. It's February, it's getting cold outside, it's been cold for a while, and you deserve to be comfortable in whatever you're wearing, no matter what you're doing. That's where Public Rec comes in. These pants are an absolute game changer because their pants are designed to be as comfy as your favorite sweatpants, but way more stylish. We're talking super soft fabric, no stiff seams, and enough stretch to keep up with whatever your day throws at you. Public Rec isn't just about pants. They have so many great style options, whether you're working all day in the office, running errands, or just grabbing a drink with the guys. And I'll tell you guys this right now. Once you put on these pants, you're going to wonder why you got any other brand other than Public Rec. They're that good. So this February, stop settling for the same old stuff and step up your comfort game with Public Rec today. For a limited time only, our listeners can get 20% off your entire order with code CHAT20 at publicrec.com. That's 20% off when you use promo code CHAT20 at publicrec.com. And I just love Public Rec's line of products, guys. It's more than just pants, too. They got great polos. They've got long sleeve tees, and I'm wearing one of them right now. I wear them pretty much every single day at the office. You guys see me in plain tees all the time. They're pretty much all Public Rec stuff. Super premium materials. They keep you warm during the winter. They keep you cool during the summer. I can even wear this long sleeve black t-shirt here during the summer because they're that breathable. And then when it comes to the pants, the game changer for me, guys, is the customizable sizing options. I have kind of a weird body shape. I am tall and skinny. Can't find pants that really fit in department stores or just regular online stores. With Public Rec, you get the customized sizing options, so I can get the best possible looking pants for my body type. You can as well. So this February, treat yourself right because comfort is always in season. Upgrade to Public Rec and feel the difference today. For a limited time only, you guys can get 20% off at Public Rec by using code CHAT20 at checkout. Just head on over to publicrec.com, use code CHAT20, and you're all set. Oh, and when they ask you how you found them, be sure to mention our show, Steelers Talk by Chat Sports. It really does help us out. Find your perfect fit and never compromise on comfort again. Public Rec, where comfort rules. So could the Pittsburgh Steelers be getting a gift from the Green Bay Packers here? ESPN's Rob Diovsky reports that there are strong indications that the Green Bay Packers are going to cut Jaire Alexander, making him a free agent here, free to sign with whatever team that he wants in 2025. Now, you take a look at Alexander's profile here. He's 28 years old. Just under 200 pounds, super physical press man corner. He's somebody that you put one-on-one on the outside. He's a bully out there. He's a trash talker. He's all that stuff. And that's kind of the stuff that Mike Tomlin and the Steelers really like. And then he's only played more than 7 games just once in the last 4 seasons, guys. So he's definitely got an injury thing, and that's why the Green Bay Packers are probably going to be moving on from him. And that makes him a risk, right? He's somebody that has certainly had a lot of injuries over the last 4 seasons. He's only had really 1 fully healthy season in the last 4. So that injury risk is certainly going to be there. But it's also a fit for what the Steelers like to do. They like to play bump and run coverage. They like to go man, especially when they play teams like the Ravens and the Bengals with a lot of skill talent like that. And Alexander, I think, would be a pretty decent fit. And you look at the career PFF grades. Now, PFF grading is not gospel, but certainly a nice tool to use to determine, how good a player generally is on tape. And you guys look at his Pro Football Focus grading, and he has never graded below the 30th best corner in the National Football League when he has been healthy enough to play. Did not grade out in 2021 because he was injured. But just this past season, he was the 17th highest graded corner in all of football, and he might be made available by the Green Bay Packers as a cap casualty. So even though he is a risk injury-wise, he is a scheme fit, and he is a very good player. So for a team like the Steelers that's trying to win now, and they're trying to put another really good corner on the other side of Joey Porter Jr., I think you can potentially make an argument that this makes sense for the black and gold. But what are you guys doing if you're the GM here? Would you take the risk on Jaire Alexander and pair him up with Joey Porter Jr. in the Steelers defense? Give me an S if you would sign him, or type P if you're going to pass on him. Let me know what you guys are thinking down there in the comments section. So now ESPN's Louis Riddick said on ESPN this week that he thinks Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers, quote-unquote, need each other right now. Some very interesting stuff here from Louis Riddick. This is what he had to say. They need each other. As great as Rodgers is and as many great ideas as he has, and he actually is a guy with a huge football IQ, Rodgers needs a guy like Mike Tomlin to say, hey, look, man, you can't do this by yourself. You can't be coach, GM, offensive coordinator, and quarterback all at the same time. I got that part. I'll handle that part. You just level up our offense. And I actually don't disagree with Louis Riddick here. In New York, Aaron Rodgers was really given a lot of free reign. He got to make a lot of decisions in the front office in terms of the players that they brought in. When Robert Saleh had to go away, Rodgers was really acting as like the offensive coordinator, quarterback, head coach. He was really It was really a difficult job for him last year in New York. They didn't have a great structure offensively. Nathaniel Hackett, once again, designed probably the worst design offense in the National Football League. And even though Rodgers did have some talent around him, Devontae Adams, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson, and, he definitely did struggle with those guys, but I can definitely tell you that coaching staff did not put Aaron Rodgers in a position to succeed in 2024, and that's probably what Rodgers is going to be looking for here if he's going to continue playing football heading into the 2025 season. Riddick also talked about the possibility of Justin Fields coming back to the Pittsburgh Steelers. This is what he had to say. I haven't talked to Arthur Smith about this, although I know how he feels about Justin Fields. I believe they would like to work with Fields and see if they can take his game to the next level as far as being a pocket passer and continue to develop that. And I do think that Fields 100% is in the mix here. I think that the Steelers do like him. And I think that, maybe he's not their first option. We'll see what the pecking order is, when we get closer to free agency and the Steelers can start talking to some of these other quarterbacks. And who knows, maybe the Steelers lock up Justin Fields within the next week or so, the next 2 weeks or something like that before free agency even begins, because this is their guy. But, I think that, the Steelers, if they can't get some of the guys higher up on their list, they would go with Justin Fields. I personally think that Aaron Rodgers is going to be somebody that Mike Tomlin really wants to bring in. Obviously Rodgers and Tomlin have been very complimentary of each other in recent years, but I would give Justin Fields the second best odds to be the Steelers starting quarterback next year. And honestly, I think Rodgers, Fields, and Wilson all have a case right now. I think it's all really close. I think we're really early in the process here. I don't think anybody knows exactly what the Pittsburgh Steelers are thinking. But if I have to give my best guess here based on what the Steelers want from the quarterback position, based on the style of offense they want to run, I would say Rodgers has the best odds, followed by Fields, Wilson, and then Matthew Stafford is an outside chance that LA actually makes him available via trade. That'll be it for today's edition of Steelers News and Rumors here in the evening. Make sure you guys click that subscribe button if you haven't already, because we got more great Steelers content coming your way this weekend. And until then, guys, here we go, Steelers.